to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Hello and welcome, beloveds, to Wake Up Africa, a show where really want to awaken the spirit and Sankofa, come back to ourselves, because that is the season that is required of us. Thanks to every single person that has subscribed to this channel. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, and share so that more this word gets out. And it's really just about coming back to ourselves. I'm going to be diving deeper as the weeks go along, much deeper spiritually into African spirituality, but this is kind of just setting the tone and setting the groundwork, so please be sure to subscribe. You know, in such a season as this, I did a show where I talked about how we have to watch what we eat, and in the show I remembered about how, you know, our gates, how this is a time to close all our gates, and it's really important, because the mouth gate is just one, but it's one of the most potent ones, although every single gate is important. I had done a show on the 7 gates, so I'll attach that to this video, but I want to talk about our 9 gates, or our 9 holes, because you see, we have 9 entries or exit points in our body. Our eyes, 2, our mouth, our nose, that's 5, 6, 7, our ears, and then 8 where we pee from, and 9 where we, you know, go to the bathroom from. And it's really important that at such a time as this, we monitor and shut down, and at least, put spirit on guard at every single one of our gates. And what that means is we have to be careful what we're looking at, the things we're allowing into our eye gates, because that shatters our spirit. All these things affect our soul and shatter our spirit, and can, and they can demobilize us, they can affect our health, and they can make us fall into or fall in line with the Babylon system, because the Babylon system is in overdrive, and the only way to escape it is to rise above it, which means to be uplifted mentally, because we're now in the mental age. And in this mental age, if you get your mind in order, there's so much you can do. But it's also recognizing that you have 3 minds. This mind, your mental mind, your heart mind, and your sexual mind. But it's really important for us now to start to close all these gates that the Babylon system uses to penetrate our defenses, to penetrate our minds, to penetrate our thinking, and to really impact our lives in a negative way. And literally, it's these gates that they've used to take us out of our reality, out of our story, and into their narrative. So you have to be very careful what you're watching and what you're allowing your children to watch. And especially on the television, which is like, it's attacking 4 of your gates at once, your eyes and your ears. So it busts up your heart, mind, and your, actually all 3 sometimes, because they also have some sexual marketing, everything. I mean, so we really have to be extremely disciplined with what we're watching, and watch more things that will pull you into the story that you want for your life and for your bloodline. We also have to be really careful about what we're listening to, and the importance of what we're listening to is especially with those we love, because beloveds, right now, I know many of my brothers and sisters who are watching this, you've tried for years to awaken your people. You've tried for years to kind of, get your people online, tell them about all the different psyops and agendas and false flags that are being run, and the fact that we are in a Babylon system. Some have even just, some got stuck at trying to explain Jesus is black. You know what I mean? Some got stuck there, but now it's just like you really have to have that critical thinking for yourself, which means you shouldn't allow those voices that make you doubt what spirit is telling you, because the most reliable The most reliable source you have right now is your spiritual, your ancestors and your spiritual team. You may not be able to see them physically right now, but they are around you 24/7. And the thing is, to refine your spiritual team, you also have to refine yourself, because we attract spirits at the vibration we're at. Actually, that's a whole other story. I'll do a whole video on that. So make sure now that you're also being very disciplined sexually, because you need all your sexual energy to kind of survive these times, and push you into, leapfrog you into a whole new reality, because this is a birthing, and in order to be birthed we have to really clear ourselves out and be pure as possible. So it's so important that you really, celibacy is the way to go. And even if you're married, beloveds, when you sleep together, like, even if you're not doing anything, this is adult, whatever, but even when you're not doing anything, if you're married and you're sleeping together, maybe one is angry at the other, like, those vibes mix. I mean, there's a reason that that our ancestors had separate houses for everybody. The man slept there, the woman slept here. I mean, that's how we have to start thinking about things. You really need your own cocoon. And everyone needs to come back to themselves, because marriage is also part of the way marriage has been described to us, is also part of the Babylon system, the romance. Rome, I swear, Rome, man. But I'm getting distracted. So really, have sexual discipline. Have discipline with what you're eating as well. Have discipline with the things you're letting in, because this will affect your mind. If you eat certain things, everything is spirit. And I said this in a previous video, where if you're eating flesh, you take on the spirit of that animal, and that weakens you, because the human is the highest being. And so if you're taking flesh, you're lowering your vibration, you're lowering your spirit, and you're lowering your being. So close up your gates. Put some spiritual guards there, beloveds. Pray for that discipline, in case you've got, in case there's things that you love that you just couldn't. Pray for that self-discipline. Wean yourself off those things. I've had to wean myself off coffee, sugar. Sugar is the devil, beloved, seriously. And all those whites, white sugar, white flour, white rice, seriously, they're not for us. But for me, my biggest weakness has been ice cream and sugar, and I kind of limiting that, because letting go of the flesh, it used to affect me so much spiritually, so that was easy. But letting go of the sweets, of the sweetness, that's been a real challenge. And all of that affects your vibration, and affects how clearly you think and how uplifted you become. I really hope this has been clear. Let me know if there's any topics you'd like us to cover on Wake Up Africa. It's all about awakening to ourselves spiritually, and Sankofa, returning to ourselves. Until next time, tuko pamoja.